Going over the 25 to 50K portfolio today, showing the latest trades, answering some questions. I want to answer some questions on this 25K portfolio that have been asked. So I've got 10 strategies here. They're at equity peaks today. Short crude oil, SR counter trend 4, short plus $500, UC 475. Consider slippage in commission. Gap continuation plus 880. Cobra 3 E-mini NASDAQ plus 1400. NinjaTrader ES is plus 700. So those are the 4 trades. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 trades today at equity peaks intraday with those trades. Nice end of January as well. We posted those to the 25K portfolio page. So what time frames are these on? Cobra Crude trades 15-minute charts. Cobra CT3 ES trades 1-minute charts. Gap continuation 1, 1-minute charts. Soybean swing 1-minute charts. SR counter trend 4 crude oil 1-minute charts. SR counter trend 3 crude oil A 5-minute. SR counter trend 3 gold A 5-minute. These are the 2 strategies that are almost done in NinjaTrader. They actually are done, but I'm trying to more closely match the results. So it's actually done, and the recent performance is actually good. Some of the crude oil trades are some additional shorts to make it more profitable in the short term, but overall I'm trying to match it with the Tradestation version. So 5 minutes on these, 1 minute on NinjaTrader, 5 minute on SR counter trend E-mini S&P, and 15-minute on Cobra 3 NQ. So second question, day trade or swing trade? Cobra Crude's day trade, Cobra CT3 day trade, gap continuation, day trade, swing soybeans, that's overnight. SR counter trend 4 is day trade. SR counter trend 3 is a day trade strategy for both crude oil and gold. NinjaTrader is overnight as well. And so these last 2, SR counter trend 2, ES, and Cobra 3 and Q are day trades. So you have 4 swing trades and 6 day trades. Once again, the swing trades are soybean swing, SR counter trend 3 crude, SR counter trend 3 gold, and NinjaTrader ES. Those are the swing trade strategies. That whole position is overnight and over the weekend. You can trade around that if you wish. What symbol for both mini and micro on NinjaTrader 8? Let's see. The symbols are just the basic symbols. I can email you those on the setup. If you have questions on the symbols, you see the ones in Tradestation. These are the continuous contracts. But in NinjaTrader, for example, the symbol would be ES0320 in NinjaTrader. And if you're trading the micro, it would be M. And so there's micros. There are micros in the ES, E-mini NASDAQ, and it's also in gold. So these are the markets that have micros. Since these others don't have micros, you couldn't just trade one micro to scale it down. So these micros are 1/10, and so you can't trade 1/10 the contract size on these others. So it wouldn't be a natural way to scale by just trading the micros. But you could still trade micros. It would change the results a little bit. It wouldn't be an equal scale. Long or short or both. And so this Cobra Crude's long and short. Cobra CT3 is long only. Gap continuation is long and short. Soybean swing is long and short. SR counter trend 4 is long and short. SR counter trend 3 is long and short for crude oil and gold. NinjaTrader is long only. SR counter trend 2 is long and short. And Cobra 3 is long and short. So Cobra CT3 and NinjaTrader are long only strategies. Everything else trades long and short. And what are the stops, end of day, closes, and target exits? And so let's see. Let's start with Cobra Crude. Cobra Crude has a $700 stop loss, or it exits at 2:30 p.m. when crude oil trades on the longs, in 12:30 for shorts. If the short trade is still in at 12:30, then it takes its exit, and 2:30 for longs, or at $700 stop. There is no profit target. Cobra CT3 ES. Let's take a look at that, and let's go in here and take a look. We have a monthly loss limit of $500. So if you're down $495 on the month based on your trades, and you come in here, you will still have a $600 stop loss. It will not just risk $5 on the next trade. That's on a closed trade basis. So it could exceed this monthly loss plus a stop loss and slippage and commission amount. And so the exits for this are a $600 stop loss, and or it exits at 4:12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if it's down $500 a month, $500, which could be as much as $1,100 on a closed trade basis, then it will stop trading for the month. That's Cobra CT3, E-mini S&P. Gap continuation, simple. This uses a custom session. It cuts off the first 30 minutes and last 30 minutes of the cash session, and it uses a $300 stop loss or exits at 2:30 Central, 3:30 Eastern. Let's see what else. Soybean swing. It has soybean swing. I'm pulling up some of these to make sure on some of these. The others I'm not, because I remembered off the top of my head. So stop loss $400. We don't exit. You have the option to add a day trade exit or a Friday exit in Tradestation, but otherwise this will exit on the first profitable open. It'll use a $400 stop loss, or it'll exit at the close of the first 1 minute bar if the open is greater than the entry price for longs or less than the entry price for shorts. SR counter trend for crude oil. The exits for this are $800 stop loss, $500 profit target, or it exits at 1:30 Eastern Time. SR counter trend 3 crude oil A. It is using a $500 profit target, $800 stop loss, and then it just exits on either the $500 profit target or $800 stop loss. So you can set up a Friday exit and a Friday exit time to automate it, and then you could turn, like for example, if you wanted to exit at Friday at 16:59, the last minute of the day, you would exit, then you could come back in on Monday. You could come back in on the weekend, set this back to false, and see if it's still in the trade. And if you get back in at a better entry price on Sunday night, you could, and leave this off. You could just turn this on for automation purposes. You can also set it up for day trade. When you test it with day trade, and when you test it with Friday exits, the results are profitable on the back test, but not as good as holding positions overnight and over the weekend. So that's the way it works on SR counter trend 3 overnight for both crude oil and gold. Same exact way for gold. Let's take a look here. So you have $800 stop loss, $500 profit target, and you can have a day trade exit or a Friday exit. Night Trader has a $1,500 stop loss, $700 profit target, and it will hold position until it hits one of those. SR counter trend 2 E-mini S&P. This has $800 stop loss, $800 profit target, or it exits at 15:10 Central. Some of these are set to in Tradestation. Some of these are set to exchange time. Some of these are set to local time. There are cases where I would set them all to exchange time, but I can't for strategies like Cobra CT3 E-mini S&P because it uses market data from a different exchange in a different time zone, the NYSE, so I have to set it to local time. So the exit time is 15:10 Central. This would be 16:10 Eastern. And so, yeah, it closes at the end of the day. And stop loss of 800 or profit target of 800. And Cobra 3, $600 stop loss or exits at 4 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 3 o'clock Central. Easy one right there. This is one of our, this and gap continuation are just, we put in the stop loss, we let it run to the end of the day. Cobra 3 gets out at 4 o'clock. Gap continuations gets out at 3:30. Stagger the exits a little bit for some diversity. And those are the stops and the exits on this. The general description and idea and goal of each strategy. Cobra Crude, we're here to catch trends. We just want to catch some trends in this market. It's a low frequency strategy, has a good back test. and I simplified it for 2020. It's an old strategy. Cobra CT3 is a dip buying strategy. A lot of these are low frequency. You see this here, buying the dip, and we look for low VIX and even over a little bit of an oversold condition in the market internals. Gap continuation is just a gap up and go. Catch a trend at the end of the day. Catch these blow off moves on long and short side. Swing soybeans captures a trend. We look for trends at the beginning of the day. We jump in to catch a trend in soybeans. And in the last few years, soybeans has not trended as much. It's made less and less profits, but this thing back tests well to the 80s, and I anticipate that potentially in upcoming years, the soybean swing could be more profitable. Everything has seasonal tendencies, ebbs and flows, multi-year low volatility, then multi-year higher volatility. So I anticipate that in this market, that soybeans can come back to be a better market to trade. Maybe after the trade war is over, we shall see. SR counter trend for crude oil is similar to SR counter trend. All these SR counter trends are similar. When the trend is strong, we buy the dips. When the trend is weak, we short the rallies. You see crude oil is weak, we short those rallies. And it's not just a gap open. A lot of times it'll get in at the open, so it looks like a gap fill, but it is not a gap fill strategy. So that's what crude oil SR counter trend 4 is. A different way of doing it, different calculation than SR counter trend 2 and 3. SR counter trend 3 is similar. It'll hold those trades overnight, and so you see that it'll hold those trades. The trend in gold was up. It bought that dip. So it's not buying the dip today because it's not seeing the trend as being up. NinjaTrader, it looks to catch those overnight gaps. You see these gap continuation moves? You missed that. You missed that move. NinjaTrader works to catch that move. So if you limit yourself to day trading, you might miss this. This might mean revert, and it might give back the gains. But NinjaTrader has it, and it's already locked in its profit for the day. Caught the move in the middle of that gap. That's the purpose of that. SR counter trend 2, just like SR counter trend 4 and 3. Trend is strong, it buys the dips. Trend is weak, it shorts the rallies. It's very selective, very low frequency, very reliable. Tests back to 1997. And Cobra 3 and Q is looking to catch those trends. Kind of like gap continuation, uses a different methodology, pattern-based, and so it's just catching that trend. This tries to catch the short trend, this tries to catch the long trend. Oftentimes, these type of strategies will get in near the highs like it did yesterday, and it's just that cut our losses quick and let the profits run type of a strategy. So those are the general descriptions for all the strategies in the 25K portfolio. So I want to make an extensive video to answer these questions, and that you can comment on the video below if you have any more questions, or you can email us directly.